And I'm back with another video and hopefully a solution to the problem that we left off on the last video, which was our current mission involves us fighting a battle cruiser, which is a ship one class larger than ours, that is a really, really mean tank that I just cannot get through. I've decided that I am going to try using heavy missiles. Heavy missiles, longer range. I can actually stay out of the range of his neutralizer and hopefully some of his weapons, and pepper him from about 49k, I think is going to be my range limitation. So once I warp in, I'm just going to start burning away from him and trying to maintain that type of distance, about that 40 to 50k range. Now, the heavy missiles are going to do more damage. I think my DPS is going to go from about 64 to 86 according to EFT, still not impressive. And actually, according to the EVE DPS calculator, all the way up to 92.9. That might be factoring in my one drone, though. In order to fit these heavy missiles, unfortunately, you'll notice two empty medium slots, which used to have shield extenders. Now, I could actually probably try to fit, if anything, at least maybe I have like a small shield booster with me, something. Maybe I can just search on the market. I didn't think about that before the video, that I really should be putting something in those mid slots to maintain my tank at least a little bit. I don't think I could fit a medium shield booster, but a small shield booster takes almost nothing. And it'll provide me some tank, not very much at all, but let's just go ahead and throw it in there for the fun of it. And actually, I'm going to leave that market window open if the fitting is small enough. Man, just go ahead and put two of them on there. Why not? Let's see what that does. That might actually have a pretty big cap impact. I really don't know how a small shield booster is going to affect a 25 CPU, but only 24.5 are available. So it looks like I will not be able to fit it by zero point 0.5 CPU. So again, just that lack of skills. If I had my electronics trained up to just 4, I could easily fit that second shield booster. If I had better shield skills, they would take up less CPU, I believe. What we can do, though, is instead go to the category view for ship equipment. This is a good thing to do if you're trying to get a fit to work. I should be doing this in EFT, but like I said, I really didn't think about it ahead of time. Go into the small shield boosters and look at your named ones. C5Ls, a little more than I want to spend, but we can check our fitting. 21 CPU versus 25 CPU. So that would work, although let's see if there's a cheaper one that'll have the same effects. The Clarity Ward, actually very affordable, and only 20 CPU for the fit. So we'll go ahead and buy one of these really quick. I'm just buying right from the station and not worrying too much about prices. I'm just trying to get this darn mission knocked out. So we'll go ahead and fit that. So now we do at least have a couple of small shield boosters that might keep us alive. Ideally, I'm just hoping to take him down quick enough and from enough distance that it's not going to matter. These heavy missiles should be capable of running on a cruiser if I actually had some decent skills and wasn't a 6-day-old tune, or maybe 7 days old now. That would be a completely normal weapon fit for a Caracal that's running PvE type stuff. It's purely my massive lack of skills, lack of engineering skill, especially holding me back, that I simply don't have the power grid that I need to fit these items. This has also taken me down to 3.6 million, and it's definitely buying a lot of stuff that I didn't want to purchase. But let's see how it works. We are using the same ammo type, like I said. We're going to stick with that EM damage type. Alright, so we see that's where our hostile is, and actually at a very good range. I'm going to set a new default orbit distance, start trying to orbit him at that range, get him locked up. And oddly, he still has some armor damage. That really shouldn't be. That should have repaired itself by now. I don't know why that happened. So we see, even though I'm at much longer range than I was before, I'm still able to do much more damage. It appears I am out of his weapons range. Oh wait, no, he is shooting at me now. So we'll go ahead and turn on at least one of these to get some. Once he starts hitting me, then I'm going to worry a little more about getting both of these turned on. But I'm going to really just try and stay out of his range as much as possible, um, and save as much cap as possible. Because, yeah, he's definitely having some trouble hitting me. If you're watching these messages, he is not doing any damage to me, which is great. This is definitely not a setup where I could afford to be taking much damage at all. So I've gotten through his shield now. Ooh, I did not launch my drone, so let's go ahead and do that. Now that I'm in here, he's become active again and started running that shield rep, or I'm sorry, armor rep, but it looks like I am doing much more damage than I was before. These are going to have longer cycle times than before, but that alpha damage is really taking him lower than I was able to before. This is exciting. It looks like I might be able to take him out this time. We see I have been able to maintain that distance now that I'm running my afterburner. Um, I'm maintaining that 45k distance just like I was sort of hoping, and he's not able to hit me at this range, which is really great. I'm actually going to turn off that invulnerability field, which should make me cap stable. Looks like my drone does have a range limit of 25k, so he is not going to be in the fight, so we will return him to the drone bay, but it looks like he won't be necessary. My all gank, no tank heavy missile setup for the 6-day-old tune was able to do the job, just orbiting out of his weapon optimal range. He's not able to hit me from this far away, and the heavy missiles are just doing that damage that I need. I've now got him down to structure. This is pretty much a sure thing now, as long as I don't run out and have to reload. That would not be fun. And there he goes. So it does show just the right combination of damage types, weapon sizes, skills, fittings, trial and error, and in the end spending some money on some random items that you're not sure if they're going to work, proved to be what I needed to do to take out this last hostile in this mission. I am nearing the end of the storyline arc from what I understand. I'm about to hit the point where I get to choose my faction, that my big standing boost at the end, because that's the big part about doing the epic mission arcs, is you get a huge faction standing bonus at the end. Sisters of Eve isn't really a large faction. Nobody wants a huge faction bonus with them. You want it with Caldari or Galente or wherever else to get those better rates when you're in their stations. And I'm going to be choosing Caldari, and I'm going to get that big payoff of that faction standing bonus soon, and then I can use that to start running some more traditional missions. I'm also getting some more of my exploration skills up. I'm thinking I might try and either do some exploration sites or at least scan out DED complexes. Those are really, in a way, similar to missions where they're dead spaces like this, except there are usually more stages in them. So you scan it out, you go into the first stage. Usually at some point of the 3 or 4 stages, there will be a special NPC which has a key which is necessary to open the gate to get to the next part of it. So there's some interesting things about them. I'm thinking I might try running some of those. I've never really done a lot of complex running. With a cruiser, we would have to run at least a level 3. Plexes run up to level 10 with a level 10 complex requiring several very well fit battleships or perhaps T3 ships all working in conjunction with each other. They are not easy and just not intended to be easy. So I will look into that, maybe doing some level 3 or 4 complexes. Oh, looks like some nice loot here. Beta hull mods are usually a little bit expensive, but probably not for reinforced bulkheads. Um, I don't know about this module. A lot of the time when I see these named modules and I'm not familiar with all of them, I'll just go through, right-click, view market details, and we've got a winner here. Focused modulated medium energy beam. Looks like I'm going to be able to sell this for about 3.5 million. So although I was complaining earlier about the payoff from these missions, it looks like the loot that this guy dropped definitely made up for it. So we'll go ahead and scoop that up. I almost wish I could salvage it. I wonder if his wreck salvages for anything special. But that'll be it for this mission. I'm going to go ahead and head back to my agent and dock, but I'm definitely excited that I was able to really handle this puzzle. It was bugging me that I was going to have to stop for a while and either wait for my skills to increase to my DPS, or even switch to a whole new ship or get help. That to be able to figure out a way to do it on my own has really made me feel good and really got me some enjoyment out of the game. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope maybe you learned something, and I hope to see you next video.